Inside my nervous system trainings, I talk about this concept called shining the spotlight. And so, if you have felt that you've tried everything for chronic pain and nothing has worked yet, this is a concept that you want to consider. And this is actually a very stupidly simple concept in the neuroscience world and nervous system world, where it pretty much means you're going to place your attention on that pain. And normal human instinct is to what? Is to avoid the pain, right? Avoid doing things that aggravate it, avoid shining the spotlight on the pain, avoid looking at that pain in and of itself. That is human nature. We will withdraw from pain as a protective mechanism, right? But if nothing has worked yet, then it's definitely worth a try to actually this time shine the spotlight on that pain and just place attention on it. Depending on the methods and tools that you have, this really affects how successful you're going to be with this. Because my whole methodology, healing methodology, is very about being very simple. You literally just need to sit down with that pain and allow for the answers to come. You can do that silently, or you can start asking yourself questions. This is as simple as it can be. But of course, if you don't know how to do this yet, it can be challenging, but not impossible. Inside my trainings, I teach exactly how to listen, exactly how to observe. And really, this just comes with you being curious as to what this message and the sensation feels like and what it's trying to tell you. So, for example, I have my shoulder here and I'm externally rotating this shoulder, right? I am someone with hypermobile issues. It's not really an issue, but I am someone who is hypermobile. And so I can go pretty far in a lot of my joint range of motion. But if I go too far, what will happen? I will feel pain, right? And rightfully so. Thank God I will feel the pain. That pain is a signal that my nervous system is telling me to be like, bitch, don't be stupid, right? Don't go too far. You're going to dislocate your shoulder. It's always looking out for you. So it's very similar to the pain you're feeling, even though it's chronic. It has been saying something to you. It has been giving you messages and clues. And so when you explore and shine the spotlight and place attention on that pain, what triggers it, when it comes, what makes it worse. A lot of the times for chronic pain, it's very much stress related, right? And so have you actually dove into stress reduction practices that are very specific to the nervous system world? I teach it very, very differently. I talk about the stress bucket and how different aspects of our lives can affect this pain. So really looking at the pain and exploring and getting to know it better is the concept between shining the spotlight. And so this is really going to be a big game changer. And you can definitely do this yourself by sitting down and being very honest with yourself with regards to when this pain started, what aggravates it, and sitting with that discomfort. Yes, it is going to be uncomfortable at first. You're gonna not want to do it. You're gonna avoid it because it is painful. But you will learn a lot when you do just sit down and really look into this pain. So doing it ourselves is definitely possible. I have done this. I just did this a few days ago when I had the biggest Charlie horse ever in my right calf when I woke up from sleep. Like, holy fuck, it was the worst pain ever. Like, almost cried at like 3 a.m. when it came. But now it is gone because I know how to do it. I know how to explore it. And for me in particular, I just needed a bit more magnesium. Okay. I took for 2 days an extra magnesium, and then it's zero pain now. Because I shone the spotlight on my calf, and eventually it led me to just naturally go, oh, I think I need some extra magnesium. Got that extra electrolyte stability, and then the Charlie horse went away. That soreness from that calf went away. Our body is always giving us signals, and the shining the spotlight concept is something that we can always get better at. And I introduce inside my nerve system trainings for our self healing so that we can be our own physicians and we can heal ourselves in terms of, so that is, if you have that skill, that's really good to have. If you want to learn this, then definitely message me, bulletproof, and I can let you know about how to do this for yourself, but also go into the next level. If you have clients who are going through chronic pain, you can help them explore and investigate the real root cause behind it. And that is through asking questions. So if you just ask yourself questions as you're sitting in through that discomfort and exploring that pain, that you then you can also find the actual answer, right? And so inside the neurosig trainings, this is what I teach. It's about asking clients questions with regard to what the real root cause is, because it's never going to be that shoulder pain. It's not the back pain. That is the last thing that happens when it comes to pain. There's usually like 10 things that go wrong before the final manifestation of a musculoskeletal pain. It's not that localized area that's the problem. It is something else. What that is, I can't tell you because it's very person specific. Even though we've got 5 clients who have the exact chronic back pain, their root cause is going to be different and their treatment is going to be different. And being in the hypnosis and healing world, that solution might not be healing trauma. It might not be any of that. Sure, it can be, but sometimes there's too much weight in it. I've known a lot of people who have made dietary changes and decrease their pain, right? As practitioners, we can have this expertise. This is how I teach my students to think, right? Look at big picture. Sure, we can help with the emotional and mental part of the pain, but at the same time, if our clients diet is shit, like if they are eating all the sugars and all the carbs, that's not going to help their pain. They're just going to be inflamed, right? If they're not sleeping, if they are not moving, moving is required. Our bodies need to move. It really does. And so is that the problem? Not having a proper rehab plan, right? It could be really anything. And so having that skill to assess your client and ask them those types of questions is what will help us as practitioners, and exactly how I teach how to help your clients, which is why my students love it, because it's something that is not taught in the NLP and the hypnosis world. And that's why results are so much better in my world. But again, if this is for yourself, just try it out. Keep it simple, place the attention on that pain, sit with it, ask yourself questions to explore it, be curious, and that's how you're going to find the answer as to what you get to do next. And it may or may not be emotional. It might be something that is a health habit that you need to add in. You won't know until you explore. So happy exploring. Let me know how that goes.